Oh,
answer.
Shay,
So,
You
all
have
right.
a guest.
Yeah. Gotta love summer. All right, guys, it's Tuesday. It's our Powerhouse team call, update connection call for the week. I'm going to kick us off with just a few things. If you didn't make last night's Monday call, there was some updates on that Monday call. Similar to kind of what we talked about last month, or last week, just getting into your back office. They're continually adding new widgets, new areas. We are now able to use the compass, which is the area of your back office where you can go in and you can ask it all kind of questions, whether it's about your downline, um, compliance issues. You can go in and type those up, and the AI system will help kick out some information for you. So that is now available to us, which was just available to Gold and Above last week. Um, Kind
Speaking
of
of that,
go for it.
Shalene,
Yeah,
like
jump
Paula
in.
just asked a question, right? Like Lynn went in her second leg, but fast forward, like let's fast forward 6 or 8 or 10 months down the road when you have a bigger team, right? And you have someone new join, and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, where do I place this person? What do I do? That is the perfect scenario. And I say this because Ashley and Shalene and I had those calls, and we had to have those calls with Tracy. So it's like, hey, help us to understand the strategy here. Well, the Compass AI is going to also be able to help you and kind of break down the strategy for you. So I just wanted to call out that example.
Well, and part of that with the update yesterday, there's what's called a placement suite. And I can always screen share and show you what that looks like. Here, let's just do this really fast so it makes sense. And we're all learning, so no question is a stupid question. And if me and Tasha don't know, we definitely will ask Tracy or someone else. But if you look right here in the placement suite, Paula, you can see your new girl, and then Ashley, Lisa came on. They have 30 days to place them, and typically it was supposed to be, my understanding was 7 days. And the update last night is they are actually going to give us 30 days to place that individual. Now, for me, a lot of times I knew right away where I was going to put people, so I did it right away. But if let's say they're on vacation, you're waiting to get them onboarding and launched to see, how they're doing with the business itself. So you can put them in a proper leg, especially if you don't know them very well, because we kind of have this posh leg going here, which we could put people in that we feel would really thrive in that environment. Or your second leg, like you, Paula, with Lynn. I'm guessing she's not part of Posh, is she? Was she
Oh
part?
yeah. Oh yeah. She was like one of my very first people. So yeah.
Okay. There's always the loyals. Um, but if she's in, let's say your second leg, like for me, my second leg's my husband's leg. Those people aren't part of Posh for me. They're a different focus for me. So yeah, for sure. So now we have 30 days to place a person. Now, Tasha, I
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
want to I don't want to mess up how Tracy explained that placement suite. Do you feel confident in
Yeah.
explaining that?
Yeah. In fact, what I'd love to create a little clarification. The only reason we were kind of being told we had 7 days, we actually always, I mean, there was originally 30 days, but if if someone joins your team, you know that commissions run Friday to the following Thursday, right? Like it's a week's worth of time. If someone joins your team during that time and you don't place them, by Thursday, the end of that commission period, then that volume automatically stays and credits your outside largest leg um, volume, right? Does that make sense? It goes automatically to your weak leg. That's fine. That's great. That's all well and good. But let's just say I wanted Shalene to benefit from that. Then there is motivation. Let's say I'm trying to help Shalene get to a promotion and I sponsor someone. Then I want to, man, I really want to get that person in and placed by that Thursday because I want the volume to hit Shalene and know that it's going to come up and come through me as well. But here's the thing, they're giving us now 30 days and kind of taking the pressure off and saying there's no panic about any of this. If you enroll someone and you want to take the 30 days, because maybe, just maybe, you're kind of working on a few things. Maybe you're working on getting someone else and you can leverage that new enrollment to incentivize someone else and say, hey, we can get a team started for you right away. You can hold that person in the placement suite. You're the only one, you and your upline are the only one that get credit for the volume. So if I had someone and I recruited and I didn't place them by Thursday, under Shalene, Shalene misses that original 600 volume for that person. She gets credit moving forward, right? So there's not no harm, no foul. Shalene's not punished for that, but it was a missed opportunity to give her a bump in volume. Did I explain that in a way that that makes sense? So the volume doesn't go away. It's just who gets credit in that original week. Any questions, you guys? Did I thoroughly confuse you?
You did better than I would have done because I could follow what Tracy was saying, but I'm like, I'm not sure I can explain it yet, but I could follow what she was saying because it makes sense. Um, and then what else was I gonna say on that? Oh, if you haven't, they do record the Mondays. It's great to be on. Cody talked. So we do testimonials. I was one, and then Cody was one. I was so glad Cody was second after me, and I was not after Cody. He gave some really good nuggets of information that I think are just smart business things to consider. And I looked it up, and I posted one on our Powerhouse. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. And I would have to say, in this segment of our business, as beta testers, your energy and your excitement for the business and the products is going to go so much farther than if you wait to get all the knowledge before you share. Because I can tell you, I don't know everything. I'm learning as my body goes. And last night, like on the call, I was explaining that they wanted me just to do a testimonial on how I feel on the products. And I can do that. I mean, I feel amazing and there's so many changes. But I also wanted people to know you can get started sharing this now. People are continually, like this morning, I told Tasha, 3 people came up to me at the gym today asking me from seeing my lives, from seeing my updates, when is this available to customers? And granted, they're asking about being customers, but that doesn't mean I don't plant the seed about being coming in early as a legacy partner, or if they have someone they know that would want to come in as a legacy partner is always a great way to have more conversations with them regarding the business. I mean, I hate to stop my workout, but when people stop me and ask me, what are you doing? Or tell me more about this, or when can I try these products? I definitely am going to stop my workout and talk about it. So I would say if you have a chance to listen to Cody's, it was really good. It takes the pressure off of really sharing the opportunity as you're using the products, sharing how the products make you feel. And those of us that have been in Posh will know once you try the product and you know what the product feels like, how can you not tell somebody? It's like going to a good movie. If I go to a good movie and I leave, I may not get any benefit off of telling somebody, but I'm going to tell somebody that was an amazing movie. You need to go see it. And that's kind of just what we're doing. We're sharing. They can't buy in yet. We want them to buy in. They can't buy in yet unless they come legacy, but we want them to be excited. So when January comes, create that list. I mean, I'm getting people on a list that you're going to be the first to know when it opens to customers, and you're already building your business for the future. So I just wanted to encourage you to at least listen to the testimonials. I thought they were really good last night.
All three of them, amazing.
Last
Yours
one made me
included.
want to cry. The last one I
Amazing.
could relate to. She was talking about like imposter syndrome and thinking I can't be a Tracy, I can't be a Mary, and getting rid of that kind of feeling and knowing she's already, what was she, a Ruby? She's already made it up to
Oh
Ruby.
no, she just
She was
hit
a
diamond.
diamond. She went to
Yeah,
diamond.
yeah.
So yeah, so she's coming in as this, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not gonna do this. And she's a diamond because she just got rid of that imposter syndrome. So that's all I have to say. That call was really good last night. Um, I'm gonna hand it over to Tasha in case you have anything you want to, or anybody else, we want to open it to questions.
Yeah,
But
definitely want to get questions. My thoughts, kind of what's on my heart this morning. I am preparing, just kind of an FYI. I'll give you guys a little announcement. Tonight, I am going to be teaming and kind of doing a team presentation on the overview with Tracy. And I love that she's inviting me to do this, right? It's a little nerve-wracking, but I love the element of leadership and mentorship that she is showing. And then hopefully we can pay that forward, right? But I really want to get good at this presentation so that that's a benefit and a blessing that I can bring to you guys. And then we can do our own overviews. So tonight, there's one announcement. I will be tag teaming with Tracy to do the overview. It's at 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 Pacific, 6 Central, 7 in the East, right? It's the standard one that always happens on Tuesday night. I'd love to see you on, and I'd love to have you invite your people. It is not lost on me the season that we are in right now. In fact, Tracy talked about this on the Monday night call. This was talked about on the Saturday Pillars event. And I will say that too. The Saturday Pillars event, you guys, it was long, but it was so good, right? Incredibly motivating to hear from people what's happening, the experiences they're having with the product, and all of those things. So while it's not lost on me that there's a lot, we have a lot of options here at Perga. We have a lot of overviews. I never want you to feel like you have to get on all of those. That is not the purpose of having the, thank you for nodding, Shay, and kind of acknowledging. Um, One of the things you guys, I mean, some of you know me better than others, and I think it's safe to say you don't all really know my story. And I don't think you need to know my story. Not everyone needs to know my story, but one time, I actually told Tracy no to Perga. And I said, I have been there, done that. I've got PTSD from companies like that. I've been on the corporate side, I've been on the field side. And I just said, not really sure I can do that. And then one time I was attending an event with her, and it was a pre-launch event. And tradition, just like we always do with Perga, there was a blessing at the beginning of the event. And whoever was saying that, and I want to say that it was Nathan, but don't quote me on that. It could have been Taylor, his wife. They actually prayed for ease in this season of launching Perga. And my body literally started to vibrate. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, that's what I need right now in this season. I need ease. I need something where I do feel excited and motivated, and I feel a sense of community and a sense of purpose. But all of that has to be accompanied with a sense of ease. And so it's why you guys hear me say sometimes, no desperation, no scarcity allowed. That's because Tasha tolerance levels, yeah, I can't tolerate that at this point in my life. There's too much other stuff that is requiring stress response for me. It can't and it won't be here. So I say that to create perspective. And what I really want to tell you is, oh my gosh, we have so many overviews every week, right? And we have so many building champions calls, and we have so many, you know what we have? We have options. And those options create a system that allows for ease for you. But the liberation that I want to give you this morning is pick the options that work for you. Okay? Nobody is giving you grief about spending time with family on a Saturday. Good heavens. Like, that is our number one top priority. But oh my gosh, that was an awesome event. There's a recording available to you. James posted it in the Telegram feed last night. Monday night live, nobody is going to give you grief or stress if you were not available to participate. But oh my goodness, there were some golden nuggets in that call. So decide, which one overview can I listen to this week, right? Is it Tuesday night at 5 o'clock? And this week I know Tasha and Tracy, our tag team, presenting that. Is it Thursday when it's just Tracy? Is it James's, right? Because you need to pick up different verbiage and kind of learn and listen to how different people present it. There is no wrong answer here. Just decide what you will do and then tap in, because the fact that we have all of these options actually creates a system that, Paula, we were talking about this earlier, that someone from the East Coast who owns a solo preneur legal office can tap into when it works for her, right? So I want you to see the options not as overwhelm, but as opportunity for ease. Like, I can do this when it works for me, but I challenge you to pick the ones, like, make a commitment, right? You're here for a reason. Make a commitment, pick the one overview that works for you. Find the time to listen to the recording. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but that was what was on my heart this morning. I want this to be so good and so rewarding and so healing and just so empowering for all of us. I'm in it for that. And I'm in it to help you guys and to make sure that you get that from it. So if I can help you, can I help you launch somebody? Can I help you train somebody? Can I do a one-on-one? Can I do a three-way pass? Whatever. I'm here to help so that you guys actually experience the ease too. Because those things that I just mentioned, those are the ease for me, right? So much easier for me to do those things than to do other things. I hope that makes sense. Shalene, You can clean it up and translate. I have to have Shalene translate frequently for me. I had to have her translate this morning. But I hope you hear my heart on that this morning. And I would love to do some Q&A.
Yeah, let's do Q&A if anybody has questions on anything. I will say, piggybacking off of Tasha before we do that, I try to get on one of the overviews a week, but you know how I make myself get on those overviews? I get somebody else on those overviews, so my face needs to be on there to
Amen.
listen. And then I am killing two birds with one stone. I'm introducing somebody to it and I'm getting that information. I tend to do Tracy and I tend to do James. That's just what I'm comfortable with and what I get fed with. But those are typically the two I offer up to people. And so like this week, sadly, Tasha, I don't have anybody tonight, but I can get on and support you. I have one for Wednesday night. So I'll make sure I text her in the morning, make sure she's connected, and I'll be on that one with her. But I definitely don't catch them all. So, yeah,
Well,
let's
and
open
maybe
it to
I can
questions.
get, maybe I gave you an excuse today to send out a last minute text and say, hey, somebody that I'm working really closely with and that I've worked with for years is doing part of the overview tonight. We
Yeah,
work with her all the time. Like, use it as an excuse if you
mhm,
need to.
for sure. I have one. I'm just waiting for her to get back to me. Questions, comments, ideas, things you'd like us to help with.
Question, Shalene and Tasha, whoever has the info. This new chat that's in our back office, the Compass
Mhm.
thing, is that taking over the Chat GPT biohacking one? Are they
No,
both just two different options that are giving the same general information? Just
not
trying to
even.
understand the reasoning why there's two locations.
Not even the same information. So
Okay.
the pergascience.com GPT has been primed. It has been fed all of the scientific information and the clinical data to be able to find your product answer, right? The
Yep.
scientifically accurate product answer, but it knows nothing about your business. The new Compass AI in your back office, that has been primed with the business part of it, right? So, two different things, products and science versus I have a business question. I have a strategy question. I have a systems. Like it's been taught the Perga back office systems, right? So it can answer more questions like that. Make
Just double
sense?
checking that I understood the difference between the two and why they were both there versus just one. Thank you.
Yeah. Does that make sense though, Shay?
It does. The reason why I was actually coming up with that question is this morning I was trying to work with the chat version one to come up with suggested graphic content that was in compliance but wasn't necessarily product related that we could use to help market the opportunity with currently without, going into making money or this, that, or the other. So knowing that we had this other option, I didn't know if maybe one was better over the other for those kinds of things.
Compliance, definitely go to the Compass, right?
Okay.
If you want to run something through for a compliance perspective, definitely use Compass. It has been taught and primed. And I don't know if you guys know how they do this. My understanding of this is so high level, but I've actually paid someone to build me a couple custom bots, and we had to teach that bot. I had to put a ton of information into a file, into the system, and we had to train that bot. So the Compass bot has been trained for compliance.
Good to hear.
Anybody else? Any other questions? Nothing? Anyone?
So,
Thank you so much
I'm
for
sorry.
advice.
Oh.
Go ahead,
Uh,
Paula.
The MCT is coming out of Core Flow, and frankly, I am cheering. It's been a little challenging getting that down every morning. Do they have a timeline for that?
Um, my understanding is this. We we probably have product that will last probably into the third quarter, but we're only 2 weeks away from the beginning of the third quarter. So it will be the next iteration when we need to order new products. So you'll continue to see the MCT version go out. I'm in full agreement with that decision, not because I don't love MCT. I put a heaping scoop of MCT in my drink every single morning. I understand the value of MCT, but I just don't think. But you can get it, just like James said. You can get quality MCT and add it outside of that. So with removing that, the core flow will dissolve completely and be clear. And it's actually the flavor, non-flavor that's coming from the MCT. MCT is like a coconut oil product, right? So you get a little bit of the coconutty flavor. I don't mind that. And I also already put MCT in my drink every single morning. So I don't mind that, but yeah, that's what we have to look forward to. And when we exhaust all the inventory that we have currently with the Go MCT in it, that's when we'll see the new start. So my guess is, I mean, it might be 2027. It might be fourth quarter of this year, you know.
Okay, that totally makes sense. Thank you. Yeah, the chunks are getting to me.
You know what I did, Paula? I don't know if this will be helpful, but you guys know, I mean, you've heard me say this. I have my drink that I mix up every single morning, and I have MCT in there, and I have collagen and chia seeds and, essential amino acid, all the things. I actually I have an electric tea kettle and I boil water and then I pour the boiling water. So I make my morning drink warm. And Santiago said that you do not want to put core flow in boiling water, that we risk denaturing some of the components there. For all I know, I've been denaturing things in my morning drink all along. I want to know what the products were, but I went to the Perga Science GPT and I asked at what point, at what temperature, right? Is this safe? And it actually told me at 130 degrees or less. So here's what I do. I mix up my morning drink, I pour the boiling water, I stir it, everything dissolves, my chia seeds soak, and I do that early enough that I just let it come down to 130 degrees and I watch it pretty carefully. I have a little thermometer and I check it. And if it's a little bit high and I'm ready to go, I throw an ice cube or two in there, mix it up. I get it to the right temperature, add the MCT, and I don't have any chunks, right? It's just warm enough to get it all to mix together without clumping, but not too hot to denature it. So 130 degrees is the magic. And I totally understand. I'm sure that some of you are rolling your eyes like, oh my gosh, she really does that. She gets out a thermometer and she does that. You guys, I am the most compliant person. I follow the rules and I do it every single day. Not because I'm afraid of someone else, but because of me. That is how I'm wired.
I so have to comment on that. It's Ashley, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm in the car. That's why my camera's not on. And I have two 10-year-olds in the back seat. So in case you hear any chitter chatter, that's what's happening. Um, but Tasha, we talked last time on the call about how I'm a rule bender. So I had also heard from Santiago about making sure it wasn't too hot. So I don't know if you drink coffee, Paula, but you could do decaf if you don't want the caffeine. I brew coffee in the morning. I pour it in my cup, and then I do my like a blender bottle with crushed ice in it, and I take 2 tablespoons of the crushed ice and throw it in the hot coffee. And then I put my Pergapack in there. Well, I stick my finger in it, see if it burns me. If it doesn't burn me, then I know I'm good. Then I put my Pergapack in, and I use one of those little like $6 from Amazon electric or battery powered mixers. Um, I never have any chunks, and I think it's because the drink is warm when I add the packet to it. Um, like Tasha said, you don't want it too hot because you don't want to make it not work. But I think that's why.
All right, I'll give that a try. No, I do drink coffee. I drink a double espresso every morning, but I think that my husband and my son would like murder me if I tried to adulterate our incredibly bougie espresso in any way.
I
And
get that. I am
I invested in the expensive cup because, well, I wanted the volume, number one. And number two, it does mix really good. I even like it with my protein drinks because it whisks it and makes it like cold foam. And I'm like, oh, I love this thing. So
Yeah, I bought a $20 blender thing off Amazon and it's working, but there's still chunks. There are
yeah.
still chunks
Do the
because I
warm.
kept adding
Yeah,
cold
like
water to it.
Ashley, you made me laugh because I do the same thing. I make my coffee, I put my ice in there, I put the coffee in there, and I stick my finger in there, and I'm like, oh, that's not bad. That's probably good enough. And then I
good.
pour it in.
We all have our
Literally
own
do the same.
thermometer of choice, right? Somebody's probably using their tongue. Does it burn my tongue, right?
Using the clock.
The only other thing that I was going to add is I'm wondering if we can come up with a way, a plan, a strategy to make sure that when those of us who are sponsoring are not doing this, I'm going to totally throw myself under the bus. I sponsored Paula. What have I done to help Paula? Almost absolutely nothing. Because the reality is that right now in this season, I really trying, but I cannot seem to get to calls. I have them scheduled. I have the paper printed out. I keep it in my car. I keep a copy at home. It sounds silly, but like, yesterday I have basketball all morning and then we're at my daughter's football and it's an hour away and I have to pick up 3 of her friends to go. So I can't even be on the call like when I'm in the car, let alone when I'm there. And then I get back in the car and I'm like, oh, I'm going to listen to a video, but I can't because there's 5 people in the car. So it's like a constant like, oh, I want to get on that. I want to hear that. I want to catch up on this or that. And at the moment, it's not panning out. I know that that's seasonal. I know that that will end. I know for sure the second the kids go back to school, I'm like game on. I have ample time to focus and lock in. But in the meantime, in order to help people not like, I'll use Janelle for an example. I know Janelle just brought somebody in. If Janelle's unable to be on calls right now, because again, it's summer, her kids, blah, blah, blah. How do we make sure that we are wrapping services around other people that aren't getting what they should be getting from their sponsors in the meantime? So what if we did like a once a month company, like our team email or something that goes out to everybody in the whole team that says, I'm not sure. Updates, like important updates, a call link, whatever you guys think, but something that would help them so that if Janelle doesn't tell her girl, or if I don't tell my girl that, hey, you should get on the call on Tuesday at this time, that they still have that information provided to them.
I think we should, well, I think we can definitely look at that idea. I'm just going to give Shalene a massive shout out at this point for everything that she's doing right now to keep the team page current, right? And I am honoring the fact that it is, I mean, it is, I don't take ownership of that page, but she's doing amazing. She puts the recordings on there and the announcements. So yeah, I think there might be some value in a recap. I don't know if a month out is almost too far, right? I don't know. I'm doing the
Wonder,
math.
what if we just utilize the team page? What if there was an initial email like we talked about with basically your getting started info with the
Okay.
links, with the did you join the team page? Did you do this? Did you do that? And then they only get that initial email. After that, it's keeping them updated within the team page. And then maybe every Tuesday after our call, we put notes in there from Tuesday's call. Like, here were our updates from Monday night's call. Here's what to be looking for. Here's the link to Monday night's call in case you get time to watch. I'm not sure. Just finding a way or a system that makes sure that we're touching everybody that needs reached.
Yeah, and I think we can actually put some technology to work for us there too and allow AI to transcribe some notes, right? And maybe make those notes available. Um, Shalene, you're doing so much right now in the team page. And I'll just offer, I'm not offering up Shalene or her services, but I'll offer my services all day long. If you're in a position like you described, Ashley, and maybe Janelle's in this position and she sponsors someone new and she brings someone new on, but she really does not have the time to onboard or help that person get started. Call me, right? I'm super happy to do it. Really, I volunteer as tribute whenever you need me. And that at least maybe gets them in, right, into the system. We can kind of teach them the systems and make it manageable. And then moving forward, having that weekly update might be a little more meaningful, right? Shalene, thoughts, ideas?
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say, and I know this isn't ideal because it is my web page and my stuff is on it. We've talked about that before, but I do have the access to be able to create like a for Posh. I have a welcome to Perfectly Posh and the Posh crew. So when someone new goes in, I put them in the sequence and then it sends them a welcome email, helps them connect to their upliner who sponsored them, which right now we're small enough that we could just create a guide section and tag people in the guide section. Um, but I wanted to share, and I'm not sure if you saw this, Ashley, and this may be totally off the grid of what you're talking about, but they did create a resource library from you asking. And in the resource library, they are gonna start housing all of that information from calls in there. If it can catch up, I might have too much
And
going.
right above that, Shalene, the Know Your Core 4, Ashley was specifically asking about the science call recordings of the Core 4. And so I think those will end up in that section. And then the resource library will be resources beyond just that. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out in case anyone went to the resource library looking for those recordings. They're going to be in the Know Your Core floor.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But also in our team page, sorry, to get rid of these. In our team page, so what I've done is the guide section, just because I didn't know how long that would take, I do have those here with screenshots. So let's say you want to come in and you want to take one of the screenshots from the court for green, we did screenshots on those and then we linked the call. So those are available here. Um,
Which
and
is
then,
so incredibly valuable because some of those sides Santiago built, right? It's just,
right.
they're so good.
Easy reference for things. So looking at those, and then the pay plan information, if you guys didn't, and I get scared that people aren't seeing the stuff on Telegram because sometimes I don't see the stuff on Telegram. So I tend to watch those things and then bring it over here just in case. but I did take the pay plan information that we got and broke it up into a guide section here and the screenshots for different things. So if someone's not understanding QV, CV, and TB, what that means, because that's kind of like an important part, they can come and just look at this slide, open up the slide, and it breaks things down. So I per se didn't put education with them, but I broke up all of the slides, and then I also broke up the different ways we get paid. So if you're struggling on one of those, you can look at the screenshot, but you can also watch the pay plan video. And this is the pay plan video that they did.
And just a reminder on that too.
Mhm.
That's version one. That's
Mhm.
iteration one. And James was very clear to say, you guys, we already see some opportunity to make that better. So I'm going to do a second version of that. But I think every single time we hear it in the iterated version, the next new way, they just get better at articulating it and we get better because of familiarity at understanding it. So just know that's V1, right?
Yep. So those are all there, and I'm happy to change that, add things to that. Ashley, if you think like, do you want something that's more like, so me and Tasha had talked about having a guide section that was onboarding and a section onboarding. Here's what you do for onboarding. Here's what you do to launch your business. Or are you just wanting like written information if you miss a call that you can get a fast recap of the call?
Well, I actually think that both are important. I think that like the information in the team page is extremely valuable. I second what Tasha said. I love that it's housed in one place. I think it might be good if we had like an outline that said, okay, you just joined, welcome to our team. Do this, do this, do this. And then here are beneficial things for you. You know, after you've set up your mass pay and you've done all the things like, you know, technologically, then be can be great, helpful to you to listen to this pay plan video. Here are the pay plan slides. You can find them in the guide section. Next, our team calls are just like an outline so that
Right. And
we
you know
could.
what, Ashley? I think to some degree, not to the degree that you're talking about because there's team specific, but to some degree, at least there's a little element of similarity. The digital onboarding does kind of walk through in a step by step. It's high level, right? And it's whole company wide. So there's not specific team links. So I see the opportunity for us to dial it in. Shalene, I don't know what platform or technology you use to send out your emails and all that, but I do know that Perga Corporate uses Go High Level, which is considered to be gold standard like marketing software. And so I wonder, my impression in the very beginning, Ashley, was that we were going to get some tools and funnels like that that would be built that could be customized by us. So maybe I'm volunteering to take it on and go to Tracy and just say, is this something, before we go out and create this, is this something that's coming? And if so, right, what's the ETA on it and how customizable will it be for us? And then depending on that answer, we can take a step forward to kind of create the tool that we need.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fantastic that they're, you know, listening to feedback and making these resources available. Like there are tons of resources available now between our team page and the back office, all the calls they offer, like there's so much. So I think us just dialing in on a guide to accessing your resources might be helpful, you know, an outline to how you get to what you want to get to and blah blah blah. And then that might help people go from my supplements arrived, I'm about to take them, to okay, I'm actually a part of the team, I'm doing X, Y, or Z, um,
I
type
love
thing.
that. And to some degree, a lame degree, Shalene and I started doing that, right? And one of the things that was really important to me is including in there, and I don't think it's called out enough in the Purga corporate, that like even before your Purga Core 4 arrives, you should fill out that self-assessment. And I say that because the power of what like Shalene was able to do, she just filled it out, folded it up, put it away on her desk, and then did it again 30 days later. And now she has this massive proof source. Like, oh my goodness. And this is proof source coming from someone like Shalene, right? Who's already so deeply invested in her personal health. So again, I think there's an opportunity, and we can say that. And like I volunteered to participate, right, to put that together because I have some strong feelings about some things, just seeing things right now that are really working for people. So I think it's a great idea.
Awesome. We know a guy, some of us know a guy who against what I was really hoping he would do, he made it very clear that he was only going to let consultants know things, not customers. And I think it cut off our pipeline in a way that was very silly, because just because I bring someone in and I'm checked out because of whatever life circumstances doesn't mean that that person doesn't want educated and doesn't want access and doesn't want. We all benefit, especially in this type of pay plan, from the more friends we bring in, the better for everybody.
Right.
So I just hate for anybody to be cut off because of not the best leadership. And like I said, it's I'm throwing myself under the bus because I can relate. It's different seasons of life, and that's just how it
Yeah.
is. So I think that would be helpful. I also think when we were with a previous company with that same person, they did some Monday night Facebook calls where they would go over all kinds of information. The calls were usually like an hour and a half, the lives. And there was about 4 minutes of information in them. So I don't know if it's an East Coast thing, being from the North, whatever. I'm like, get to the point. I got crap going on. Um, and I wish I wasn't. And, one day I won't be in that position in life, but right now that's reality. So I think that's where notes, whether that's Chat GPT making the notes or us deciphering, and it does not need all fall on you, and it does not need all fall on Shalene. I can absolutely take a day
I love that.
where that call is for me. I need to decipher what I feel is important, and everybody needs to know. Put my bullet points up and post them on Tuesday. It doesn't need to be one person's full responsibility, but I think that might be helpful too.
Yeah, love it. I love it. Teamwork makes the dream work for sure.
I just want to say, Ashley, I have not felt neglected by you in any
Thanks to
way.
Shalene and Tasha.
No,
Seriously,
it is teamwork.
I absolutely love, you guys probably have noticed that, no matter what's happening, I block out this time. I can't block out a lot of other times, especially like later in the day. I absolutely cannot block out because I've always got meetings later in the day. But this I find absolutely, indispensable this time. And, just being able to ask questions, being able to say, hey, what about this? Or, oh, I was wondering about this. And then, our team chat. So, I can throw something in there anytime I feel like it. And then yeah, and then the team page is like everything that I could possibly want has been there. So yeah, so I'm feeling pretty cared for.
I love
I
it.
That's
love
what
that.
we want. I need to shut that dinging off. Last question I have for Tasha or anybody else. because I don't know if it's working. Is that working in the back office when you text someone?
Oh,
Know what
I
I'm
was
talking about? I'm not even like, if I do it from my computer, are they getting, because like Lisa showed up in that and
sure.
it says, "Hi, my name is Shalene. I wanted to welcome you." And I'm like, I pushed the button because I'm like, let's just see if this works. I mean, I'd rather see if it works now with people I know than send it to somebody like, "Oh, congratulations on signing up to send a Perga pack." And they're like, "Who in the hell is Shalene?" kind of thing. Um,
I
do
think
we
I
know
think
if that works?
Lisa's the perfect person for us
I'll
to
have to
test
ask
that
her.
out on. And I thought the same thing. I didn't hit the button, so I'm glad you did. I just sent her a text directly and I was like, oh, I'm so excited to see you here. Um, so we'll ask her. I think it's
Okay.
totally fair to just
Okay.
say,
I
I'm
didn't know if
testing.
anybody else tried it, but I'm like, click, click, and it looked like it was doing something, but there wasn't no like message has been sent kind of thing. But it did have, sorry, I don't want to take much more time because I know everybody's busy and we got lives to, and I got, oh, here's the core four one. Ashley in here, all the recordings. It finally loaded. So that's in the science hour. But what I was talking about, it's the team stream, right? Yes. So here was Lisa Langley, and it says, "Hello, my name is Shalene. I am your upline silver here. Welcome to the team, blah, blah, blah." And I clicked text, and I'm hoping it went. I did it to Lynn too. Sorry, Paula, because I was playing with the clicks. And then it did say, where did it say? I want to say it had
Does it show in your text, Shalene, as a sent text?
from my phone, no.
Okay.
No, and
Because I
that's why I was like, I don't know if it's going or it's not going, what it's being sent from. I wanted to say it had 5 weeks, joined on the 15th, lifetime, new partners. I don't know. So play with it a little, guys. See what you come up with. But yeah, so they have it like if someone donates a Perga pack, you can send them. Like, here, Ashley, I'm gonna send you this.
oh, good call.
My name is Shalene. I'm your upline. See if you get it.
Where will that come through to?
It should come to 330-506-9325.
Oh, to my actual phone. Okay.
Yeah. Did you get anything?
Might take a minute.
Nothing yet, but I'll
Okay.
text you.
In my
Okay.
day job, we use these marketing, they're called call rail numbers. And it's like a pass-through number, right? The call passes through there so that the marketing company can actually track activity and open and response and clicks and all of that stuff. So that might take a minute if they're using a pass-through number or a call
Okay.
rail number. But yeah, Ashley, let us know if you get that.
Yeah. I don't see. There's Stormies on here. I can send one to her. I was looking for Shay and Paula on here. I was gonna send them. We'll just start clicking and sending. So I don't know. Check that out too. That will be another great resource for us in the future, I think. But yeah, let me know if any of you guys get any weird messages from me. It's me clicking on buttons. Shay, I love your friend on your shoulder. All right.
Just be
I will.
thankful I've been muted most of the call.
It's okay. It's all right. I will get this uploaded. I have to go to an eye appointment, but I'll get this uploaded and posted on the team page this afternoon. And yeah, thank you guys.
Okay,
Hey,
thanks
You all.
have a
everyone.
great day,
See ya.
everyone.
See
Bye.
you.